Trading isn't just about numbers. It's also about understanding yourself, navigating uncertainty, and transforming challenges into opportunities. Today, we are pulling back the curtain with two experts from The Systematic Trader, Collin Xiao, the founder, and Angela Hu, the social media and brand engagement ambassador. We're going to explore why financial mastery is as much about mindset as it is about strategies. Welcome to Real Tech, Real Talk, a podcast from cexposure.tech. All right, Collin and Angela, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
Right, let's begin with a brief introduction of both you and Angela and your respective journeys into the trading space.
Okay. So maybe I'll start first, or maybe let me start first.
Yeah, either one is fine.
So I started my journey into this whole thing when I was very young. I was very interested in trading and investing all the while, and then I think I became a financial advisor. I was a financial advisor, and later I became a stockbroker for about 12 years. And throughout that 12 years, I was also doing a bit of training and things like that. So about 6 years ago, I left and then fully focused on trading and building my community. So right now, all in all, I've been doing my training and building our community for the last about 17 years already. Yeah, so a little bit about my journey. I started investing in equities and then going into trading. I started trading in equities, then going to investings, and then going into investing in private companies, angel investing, and then started my whole journey of investing and trading. Yeah. Angela, how about yourself?
How about you, Angela?
Yeah, hi, my name is Angela. Actually, I'm a Taiwanese living in Singapore. I came here to study when I was 13. Actually, interesting how I started social media is because I wanted to keep my parents and my friends overseas updated on what I'm doing. So I like to share about my experiences. So right now I'm a SMT's brand ambassador and also in charge of a social media on my own platform and to share with everyone like this journey. Yeah, and then before I met Collin, I was doing my own business as well. I was in love with beauty and wellness. And then later on in my life, after some things happened in my business, I started my spiritual journey because I realized how important emotion is to everyone. Like if you can handle your emotion, then you can like be in everything you do. So in my life, I do live stream, and in my live stream, it's pretty unique. I do healings and blessings for people because many people they are so stressed in Singapore and everywhere around the world, maybe from work. And I realized one thing that when they request, I always ask them, "What do you want to, my blessings to go to?" All of them will ask for wealth, and that's when I ask myself, maybe I should partner with someone that is so savvy in trading and someone that can give very well informed and a more systematic way of trading. And I guess my prayer has answered. I manifest Collin and I bump into him in a course and we say, hey, why don't we come partner up? Because my audience and his audience are really very different. And like my audience tend to love like beauty and wellness. And you know what? To enjoy beauty, wellness, and lifestyle, you need money, right? And this is like, if you learn from him, then you know how to create your own financial wealth and achieve financial freedom. Yeah, that's how it got started.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, you need to have, I think your well-being and your overall, emotional well-being is just as important to achieve success in this field, I guess. Right. I believe trading isn't just about numbers on a screen or like, charts that move up and down, right? I think it's a journey of personal transformation strategy and essentially understanding the delicate dance between risk and opportunity. That's how I understand the wider scope of trading to be. So, Collin,
Yeah.
you know what it means to turn financial rock bottom into like a springboard for success, right? Like transforming a challenging personal financial situation into like a powerful learning journey that could become a blueprint for others to follow. So what mindset shifts, if you could share what mindset shifts were essential in your transition and how do you instill them in your students or those that you train?
Yeah, a very, very good question. Maybe just share a little bit about my journey, especially in the equity side. So I became after I left the financial advisory industry, I decided to become a stockbroker or remiser, they call it. And during that time, I was doing my own trading, and I was trying to. My focus was just to make money, just to make money. If I can make $500, about $1,000 a day, I'll be happy. And when I was a stockbroker, then I maybe won less than 20 clients, and one of these 20 clients traded because they were my clients, my remiser clients. They traded and increased the trading size. And what happened? The long story short is it lost a lot of money. It lost like $250,000 of losses. So my idea was to become a remiser, was actually to trade my own account and just do my own things, But suddenly with this debt that came to me, right? Because the client decided not to pay and get as a bankrupt, I realized that I have to pay for his losses. So during then, of course, I was trading, I was making income, daily income, but was not enough to pay off the $250,000 loss. They have to pay the company. And the company was charging me like interest of 9% every year, that I have to pay off. So just the interest alone is like 30,000 or something like that. So it's quite daunting to get out of this whole situation. So when you're at your wit's end, that's when you really start to become more rely on God, rely on something that is beyond yourself. You are, everything is within your control. Trading is very like looking at the screen and just trading your own account. But when you say that it's a wit's end, that's when you start to realize that, hey, maybe there's something bigger, there's a bigger purpose why I got into this situation also. I still remember one day I was at the beach, sitting at the bench, and I was telling myself, that, hey, I'm so smart. I'm a member of Mensa, 2% IQ in the world. How could I have let someone who is younger than me end up letting me shoulder his debt, So that gave me a plan to how to, and I basically surrender and I asked God, the universe to help me. And he gave me like a 7-year plan what to do going forward next. And basically, my theory that time was like Johnny Walker, one, keep on walking, Just like in any situation, you do not know what next week will be, but at least this today, tomorrow, you know what's going to happen. So I just keep on walking and just executing my plan. Of course, not everything is in a line, but I just day by day, so long as every day above ground is a good day, so I just continue to do that. And long story short, I started to research into not just day trading, which is very short-term trading. I started to decide to go into a bit longer-term trading. I started to go into systematic trading, looking at systems and how to backtest to get a profitable system. So long story short, within like 18 months later, I managed to make back all the losses, all the money that the client had lost. I made back and paid off the company. And after I paid off the company, I thought to myself, hey, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to continue to trade? Do I want to become a remiser? Or what I want to do? And one word that came very clear to me was build a community, build a group of people. What do you mean by a group of people? A group of people is a people that meet regularly. That means that regular communication. So that's first thing. Second thing is there should be some belief that we go through together. That means some basic understanding that the whole community believes in. So that was the second thing. And third thing, of course, is growth. That we want to have growth in our community also. So now looking backwards, almost 17, 18 years later, we have built a community of about 6,600 people in a community. Every week, I still do my webinar for the last many, many years. And all the people there in the 6,000 over people can attend the webinar for free, where I will talk about the markets, I will talk about individual stocks, and also I'll talk about principles, like things like being a good steward of money, knowing how to manage your money, but knowing not to become a slave of money. I think that's very important, not to become a slave of money. I think from then, I moved from really about making money and very egocentric, just to make money for myself to really, after going this whole process, to really about, yes, I can make money already. What's next? So happiness is not so much of just me having money, but really about uh, other people making money. And that what I realized, even if, let's say example, I make $1,000 compared to my student make $1,000, when I see a testimony that they make $1,000, I'm happier. So I realized, hey, there is a leverage in the money making thing. So the smart thing to do is to make them make more money, because the happiness for me is higher. So I also realized that in the process that there are more things just than financial wealth. Financial wealth is just one area. There are things like purpose wealth, which I believe I'm still work in progress, but working on doing purpose wealth. And then thirdly, social wealth. That means, who are you in the community? Are you adding value to the community? Health wealth. I lost like close to 20 kg just last 2 years. And then in terms of time wealth, not just about making money, but can I have the time can enjoy this life before I go? Because everyone live here with zero. So if you live here with zero, then what do you want to do with your life before now to then? So I realized it's not just about having more, but having more on its own is useless. But having more and what you do with this money is more purposeful, more meaningful. And I believe that this whole episode of the person losing the money and then me recovering from the money. In fact, when the person was going to be declared bankrupt, he wanted to fly to Australia for his last trip. I actually met up in his send him off, and then I told him that this is going to be the best thing. By faith, I tell him that this is going to be the best thing that's going to happen in my life. And fast forward, I think close to close to about 10 years or 5 to 10 years later, I'm not very sure the exact timing, he got discharged, and then he met up with me again. I said, remember that time you told when you want to fly off, I told you this is the best thing that's going to happen, and it came out to be true. It was being returned, the community was being built, I was so-called doing my purpose, and he was also out of the bankruptcy. So I think that everything at the end of the day worked out good for everyone.
Right. Staying on the subject of education, in an era where financial education is like increasingly digital, right? I believe, Angela, you may have possibly cracked the code of making complex trading concepts not just understandable, but engaging and perhaps shareable among the common people or for the new generation of potential traders and investors. So, you've built a strong TikTok presence, right? You have like more than 100,000 followers that you engage with regularly. So perhaps you can share some strategies on how you use social media to make this awareness and knowledge more accessible and also relatable to the people who are listening to you.
Yep, like Colin, I have built my own community through the spiritual reading and the live stream. So I do have followers and understanding that currently what they need. And so other than sharing my lifestyle, I started to share with them ways that you can create more wealth. And a lot of them, they saw the content and saw the short video. They get to know Colin, and he actually also like share with my community what are the ways, what are the mindset, and how you can embark on this journey. So I myself also attended his class, and I find that as a newbie to trading and investment, for me, I used to do property investment, which is a lot easier. I just came to Singapore. I find that, oh, this location is great. Then I invest and then make the difference. And my mom has been urging me to, invest in stock, but this word just scares me so much. I feel that naturally as a lady, I feel very intimidating by numbers. When I look at the charts, I get a headache just looking at it. And when I met him and I saw that he has this book, so I thought maybe I will start by reading, and his story really inspires me and it's very aligned with how I feel about life is you can fail and you can, encounter challenges, but it's how you stand out and then become stronger. So like, I'm very inspired by him, and I'm so happy to introduce him to my community. And now my community is also part of SMT. So in the past, they are more focused on like financial education. So after we combine, we also develop like wellness group so that we go for like 10,000 walks, which is a personal habit of myself of keeping myself happy and keep my weight at check as well. As we grow older, our metabolic drop. So like it creates bonding between the members. And through the walk, actually, they talk about trading with my fellow community. So they are able to access to students who has started from zero. And I think that is so encouraging. And some of the new students, we will form a group ourselves and share our experiences. And like Colin said, he has done a weekly webinar. So he gives very updated market updates, and for people who are feeling very lost and scared, they actually can attend this. And the trader GPS, I find that is so amazing because it actually guides you on the trades, and it's a really fantastic system. So I feel that his education is very much thoughtful, and he thinks a lot for his students. Yeah, so in my TikTok content, normally I will do it with him because I feel that he's the real financial expert for me. I probably can give him a lot of the journey, how a lady, how we feel, and when you look at numbers, what are the questions that we will have, and it may seem so silly sometimes. Like sometimes during the class when he say the candlestick, the difference, I'm like, I still don't get it. And then there are like some coaches and mentor and some of the fellow female students, then we can, actually discuss and find out more. And there's also Facebook group that we can post a question. They are so helpful. They will actually help you to understand. So I feel that beyond trading, SMT has developed into like a family culture. It's beyond just money, it's friendship, support, and I think many people are so blessed to be part of it.
Okay, I want to touch a little bit on the training program, right? So, I mean, we're in a landscape that's relatively crowded with trading courses and all kinds of investment programs. In this instance, I think consistency and practical approach often matter more than all these flashy promises of delivering this and that. You see, so I believe learning to master the space isn't just about strategies, but about understanding the underlying principles that guide successful trading. Right? You founded this program called the Systematic Trader Program, which I think has been ranked number one or a number one investment course, ranked as the number one investment course on CD.SG for more than a decade, I think. So, what do you think sets your approach apart from other trading education platforms that keeps your program up there?
Yeah, one of the things when I first started trading was not so much for profit. When I first started trading, was really I see what's the landscape out there, and a lot of people were like doing, how I call it, greed advertising. They were saying like, no, flash a car or flash a watch to tell you that, hey, if you trade like me, you can become wealthy. So it was very conscious right at the beginning not to do this because number one, it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't resonate with me. And now on hindsight, when I look back, why my community is so sticky, so close together, is also because I attracted a different kind of people, a different kind of people who are not so attracted by this kind of advertising, but more in my training or in my regular webinar, I talk about not just about material, which is important, I would say, is a part of our life, but really about living a purposeful life, living a life that it counts. So it attracts a different kind of people. And one of the things that I think I've done right is the regular webinar that I've done. A lot of course provider, they will teach, 3 days course, and then after that's where they make my money. 3 days course, and after that finish, then next batch again, 3 days course, and next batch again, next 3 course. But they don't really give support to the existing group. So after a while, because the existing, even though they have a very big community, but their communication, their community among one another is not strong. It's just for show, I would say. Yeah. So, but what we do is really what I tell my team also every year, the focus is for my team is how do we make our people in our community more successful? How do we make them make money? That was always the question that surrounds when we talk about planning, about goal setting, things like it's always about how do we make them more successful. So as a result of that, I think number one, we have good referral. Number two, we have good feedback. And number three, I've done this consistently. I think very important word is consistently for the last 17 years. I think right now, almost like nobody have done it so long and so consistent. Some of them, they have done it and do other things and came back again, things like that. But for me, it's very consistent. Not that something that I want to just boast about, but I believe that small effort, week after week after week, makes a difference. Just like in trading, small. It's not about that one big jackpot that you will become a successful trader, but trading is really about a life skill. And when it is a life skill, then what it means is you need to practice and do it over and over again. That's a life skill. The good thing about being life skill is you cannot like win the jackpot, swallow a pill and know it. But the good thing about it is once it becomes a life skill, it stays with you. So one of the reasons why we continue to become not only as Sydney number one ranked investment course, but we have hundreds and hundreds of results review. What I mean by results review, when we talk about a course review, right, it's really about, hey, the course is good, I understand the course, the instructor is good. There's course review. But a result review is after 3 years, after 1 year, after 6 months. Some people after 4 years, they consistently post their result, how much money I've made first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. So from there, we can see the progression, the growth of people. Yeah, and we have hundreds and hundreds of this review posted on live on the public Facebook group, which have about 31,000 members inside the group. And everyone can see and can check who is the one posting and whether the post is real or not. I think that is very important.
Right. Great. Angela, I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Gaining essential knowledge from some of the best in the business can do wonders, like for those with big ambitions, right? But sometimes the biggest barriers to understanding something is not really the complexities of the topic itself, but the myths that surround it. I mean, myths are like all over the place. People start talking all kinds of stuff, right? So, as the program's social media and brand engagement ambassador, what are the most common misconceptions that you have come across people have about trading, and how do you normally address them?
Some of them would deem like trading is like gambling, and they feel that
Mhm.
it's not good to trade because maybe it's like their mindset. Yeah. So then with our sharing, then we can help to address all this because we have like live stream, and then they can ask questions, and we can easily telling them just like with an expert. You can ask any query that you have, and we can counter them with together with Colin. And personally, I feel that gambling is actually based on luck. However, trading actually it requires practice, patience, and there's knowledge as well. And that's why education is so important to understand exactly what stock trading is all about, the fundamentals. And like he also encouraged everyone to do trade journal. So I feel that it's really like in school, you need to do homework yourself. If you constantly rely on someone else, you will never learn. So we encourage everyone to take the first step to start from zero and to discover your emotion while trading, and to actually through the journey you also discover a lot more about yourself, what kind of emotion you go through when you do certain things. So sometimes I do rely on Yao, like, I will just ask you a question and he said, Angela, you should go through this and learn the journey yourself. And when I take the leap of faith to do it, actually, it's very rewarding because then, I learned something. And then now I can share this knowledge with someone. Yeah. So, and then the second thing people always say that, oh no, I'm not in finance. I'm just a housewife. I don't think I'm savvy enough to do this. I'm not an expert, so I shall not touch it at all. So with our short video and engaging post, we are able to show everyone if Angela can do it, so can you. Because everyone know me as someone who is not very into finance stuff, Like I love beauty and wellness stuff. So when you talk about all these charts, I get very I just want to run away from it. So when they saw me, because they know me, a lot of people know me, I always share about lifestyle, beauty. I play a lot. And many of them actually question about how do you sustain your lifestyle. So like through working with him, actually I do earn extra income. I no longer have to trade my time for money. To me, that is such a bonus because in the past I would do live streaming, selling product. Yes, I do make like money, but I'm really sacrificing my sleep. And sometimes do live stream, you get really excited, and I can't sleep at night, and I feel that I'm probably burning my health just to trade this amount of money. And I start to ask myself, is it really worth it? So I'm really thankful that I embark on the journey, be it stock or even crypto trading. It really allows me to open my mindset and break the barrier of how scary trading is. Actually, it is not scary when you have, this book guides you. We have Facebook support group. We even have offline community, and we do meetup sessions. So when you interact with fellow students, it really gives you a lot of confidence and support. And a lot of students have become mentors to all the new students, and they are so helpful. Yeah, so I feel very grateful that I can be the example to show to all my fans that actually everyone can trade and you don't have to be afraid. And when you face your fear, the triumph and that feeling you get is really priceless.
See, the thing is, Angela, you mentioned just now that, sometimes when you speak, like some people, say, I'm not really financially savvy, so I may not necessarily be, I might not be too keen on this topic or something along those lines, right? So, Colin, you're free to jump in if you want on this particular topic. You see, trading and investing is not something that is as straightforward as, say, how to fry a fish in an air fryer kind of a topic. You see, it's like something that you need to be very precise, concise, and when you impart the knowledge. See, Angela, like for yourself, and we know how bite-sized content is what people look for these days, because I don't think there are many people who want to sit around and spend 1-2 hours, right, to watch or listen to something. And something like trading, automatically people would assume that, oh, I need to like attend a course 2-3 hours to at least have a basic understanding. But in your case, you're producing bite-sized clips. If you're not doing it live, you're producing bite-sized clips to educate people on trading, investing, and the pitfalls, the success stories, etc. So how do you find it, even for you, Colin, when you are having a quick conversation with someone? How challenging is it to actually condense all this, what you want to basically convey to that person, within 60 seconds or so? Like, for example, if you're doing a YouTube short, it's 60 seconds, so you got to condense it within that time, just so that at least you get a basic level of the message across to the person who's listening in. So I just want to know, curious to know how challenging it comes across for both of you guys to do it in your respective areas.
And maybe at the start, maybe she can continue. Frankly, you ask me, the bite-sized content is not is just for you to want to know more. Yeah, I feel that the first step is to get them in, to get interested. What is it about? I think the bite-sized content, yes, it covers the education, but there's a saying, right? Little knowledge is dangerous, right? So we really want to get them in, and then find out more, and then come and join our course, join the community.
Yeah.
Because when you join the community, that's where you really can practice. And then after practice, that's when you get the results. So the short tips is there to really to let them become interested is what is trading about. Yes, people like people who don't know about finance can also trade, But at the end of the day, it is like swimming. You maybe put a short video on how to do a stroke, but at the end of the day, you still need to go to the pool and jump in the pool and swim. And it's best to get your coach when you learn swimming, rather than to do it yourself.
For me, I do not share any financial advice online because it is not. I feel like I should, just like he said, bring them into our community, maybe just through some wellness activity. Once they are in, how when you are in an environment, it really encourages you to do something, to pursue something. So I feel that first step is for us to, yes, let them feel that, hey, actually, I have this interest, and now I have a way. It's like there's a school that can bring me in, and it's not intimidating. I can start meeting these people, get to know them, and get to meet the trainer himself, I can personally ask him questions and ask the students. So it clears a lot of doubt. And then when they are ready, we do have preview sessions as well. I feel that that is the really great step for them to listen to the preview to understand, oh, whether I'm really ready for this, or maybe I can attend a few previews before I finally decide to be a student. And I feel that we have many different channels to make people feel comfortable to join the community and to attend the course.
Thank you. So the thing is, now we've extensively discussed all these digital platforms, right? So now we move into the hardcore tech part, which is one of my favorites. Okay, so okay. See, the thing is, I'd like to get your thoughts on this, Colin. We are now in an era where algorithms can, like process market data in
Yeah.
milliseconds. If you like. So technology is no longer just a tool anymore. It has become like a fundamental part of a trader's and investor's skill set these days, right? So from your expertise in this field, what tech skills do you believe are essential for traders to develop in the foreseeable future?
A very good question, because my approach to systematic trading is really from the research point, with data driven and with back testing. So when I first started the journey many years ago, computer was not so strong. We do this thing called back testing, where we have a certain assumption about the market. So we will set certain assumption about the market, and then we will test it based on historical data. And then only when we find an edge, then we can do what we call forward testing. So we do a back testing first to find edge, and then we go to forward testing to do real life. And then it's true and flow also. So I think in recent times they talk about data scientists and things like that. Many years ago, I've been doing all this research. I still remember that time when I was still stuck with the deck. I was using this software called uh, MetaStock. I think it was version 7 or 8. And sometimes the back testing, because we require certain variable parameters. So you need to have like different parameters, variable. The back testing sometimes takes like half a day to test out the results. Yeah, but that is the beginning, But going forward, at the end of the day, what is the whole thing about? There are two things. I feel number one is not just about tech skill. So if it's just about tech skill, then the best tech scientist will be the one that will make the most money. But it's also about understanding uh, the markets. Because what is the market? The market is really about the human emotions, human emotions. So very interestingly, the market is something like 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Until it is not equal to 2, then it becomes the reverse. So it's very weird. Everybody just pile in 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 and keep piling in until a certain time that no longer equal to 2, and then market reverse. So must understand human psychology. When does the trend, there's uptrend where people believe that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, until it become parabolic when the market is euphoric, and then when do you exit? So when does this 1 plus 1 equal to 2 not become true? So this require data, but also require understanding of human behaviors.
Now, I like to go beyond, the typical charts and strategies and dollars and cents discussion, because we often forget that, personal well-being and mindset are integral to achieving goals, right? Especially in trading. The more introspective side of trading and investing, if you like. Angela, you engage in emotional healing, I believe, through soul angelic reading, right? So how does from your opinion, right? How does personal well-being and mindset play a role in financial success, especially for those just entering the trading space?
Yeah, I feel that they should really breathe and relax. Make sure that when they are doing it, they are not in the anxiety mode, because I saw some of my friends who started out doing trading, they get really, really affected by the result. And when they don't do it well, or they are too affected by the loss, and then they lost the game. It's like you are playing a game, and then when you focus on the loss, then you suddenly feel like, oh, I'm a lousy trader, I cannot do this, I should just give up. So I feel that it's very important that before you trade, we should perhaps do some meditation, manifestation. Many people feel that it's a very big thing, but actually it really works. Like I really manifested many things in my life, And it is a very powerful technique, and you can really breathe, tell yourself that you are ready to do this trade, and have a very clear plan. What do you want to achieve? Where do you want this trade to go? And then that's when your mental feels like totally relaxed. And then you can even play some soft music while you are doing it. You don't have to make it so nerve wracking when you do it, because I feel that to do something and happily, and you enjoy the process, is to make it as if you're in a spa. Trading can be so relaxing, and it's my favorite ritual. And then after the trade, you do your journal and say, "Oh, well done." And I feel that we should be kinder, nicer to ourselves. When you have a success, say, "Hey," pat yourself and say, "Well done, Angela, you made like doesn't matter how much, $100, $200. Celebrate the success, share this with your friends, bring them for a meal. And then if you make a loss, it's okay. Just analyze and ask the mentors or ask the coach what went wrong. And then you learn from it, write down your thoughts and your feelings. And if you do this regularly, I feel that it will not only improve in your trading, you'll enhance your well-being. And do take a break in between. Don't stare at the computer too much. Go for a walk. So now my role as a wellness, SMT wellness leader, that's my role to remind them that, hey, sleep early. And what are the wellness tips? I do share wellness tips daily to the community. It's like a reminder for them that, hey, yes, creating wealth is important. We also have to remember to take a break and to spend time with your family, play with your children and appreciate beautiful things in life. So very soon we will also have wellness retreat for our community for them to relax and enjoy your wealth. Don't just focus on making and forget to enjoy what you have built. After all, you live life with nothing, right? Yeah.
All right. So whether you're just starting your trading journey or looking to, refine your approach, I think it's important to remember that success is as much about understanding yourself as it is about understanding the markets, right? I think this conversation has shed a lot of light on the fact that trading isn't just a financial skill, but it's a path of personal growth, continuous learning, and strategic thinking as well. So thank you so much, Colin and Angela, for joining us today and generously opening up about your journeys and inspiring our viewers to see trading as more than just a financial endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to cexpose.tech on YouTube and follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description. I'll see you again in the next episode with more tech and more talk.